There is a check on that scorecard from the first half. Just the one goal, as I said, scored in the match. And that was picked up by, guess who? TJ Reid. Well, I'm sure our panel have been enjoying that so far. Henry, Anthony and Cyril here with us. Henry, you nervous yet?
I don't know if I'm enjoying it, to be honest, Michael. No, I think Galway have been the better team. There's no doubt about it. I think it was cagey enough the first 15 minutes. Kilkenny were probably that bit better, got the goal at that stage. And after that, Galway being on top. Without TJ's goal, you know, they would be further ahead. But that's Kilkenny for you.
Yes.
It's the same against Waterford last day. TJ's goal in the first half kept us in it. I think in the first half, from a Kilkenny point of view, the forwards were doing a lot of movement around, but no one was kind of in their position. And I just felt they weren't getting the breaks. I think the puckouts, Kilkenny won 9 from 21 puckouts, while Galway won 6 from their 12 puckouts. So I think that's something Brian will be focused on. I think he will go out in the second half, set the forwards up. You'll be playing your 6 positions, stay there, win your own ball now, and that's what he's been in. But overall, I think Galway have been the better team. There's no doubt about it in the first half.
Yeah, I'd be very happy for Galway. They've gone at them. The big thing now, Michael, is at half time. Like, Kilkenny are only 3 points down. There could be more. They're still in the game. Galway are looking at that 15 minutes on the field. Johnny Cohen's very lucky to be left on. That should be red card most days. But the big thing is they have to come out the second half and they have to drive on again. They have to drive on. Because if they fall back at all, every time the ball goes in high, I'm sitting here with Henry and Anthony here. Every time it goes in high into the Galway area, God, this pandemonium. There's always, you think there's going to be a goal coming the whole time. Yeah. Now, Jason Flynn and these guys have struck bombardments of free smokes and they feed Joe Cannon back and so on. But all that is done even by one flick. Like, you know, that ball could have been cleared where Kilkenny got the goal. Galway have to drive on, and the high ball the whole time is still giving me heart attacks. I just hope that we're able to sustain to keep it out, because the goal looks like coming the whole time every time Kilkenny let it in high.
Well, a goal did come, Anthony. This one came to Kilkenny and TJ Reid.
Yeah, and I suppose no better man, and probably not having maybe the greatest game by TJ's standards, but of course he is absolutely lethal with the chance. But really, it should have been defended a bit better. John Hanbury, maybe, you know, when you're a young lad, you're being coached to get low for these balls. You know, it's in over the top, get low, flick it to the side. Walter does very well, to be fair to him. Gets his hurley around him, picks out TJ, and if you're trying to coach young fellas as well, to finish low to the corner, don't go for the blaster, and look, he nearly places the ball away.
Yeah, I think there was 2 things. John Hanbury should have killed the ball basically from a full back. Just kill it, just get your body over or something. But I think Walter had a chance before that where we went for a goal and it was knocked off him. I think this time Walter made a decision. I give it to the man, the better position, and no better man than TJ.
And they lost him on the run back. They lost him. You've got to track Reid all the way. He's the real danger man.
Henry, you've been looking at the Galway puck-out strategy.
Yeah, I mentioned puck-outs earlier on, and Galway have done very well. Colin Callan has been brilliant in the goal, but his puck-outs, look at this. Sir Donald peeled off Paul Murphy, I think, and straight into his hand. And it gives the defender, Sir Donald ran 40 yards for that ball, but Colin Callan put it in the right place. And this is something that brought to the party this year. Jonathan Glynn just puck it down on top of me, give it to me here. David Burke off his shoulder over the bar. And I suppose we saved the best wine to last. This was just unbelievable score from Jason Flynn, to be honest. This is what, you know, the new Galway have, is this wrist. Just unbelievable flick down. Killian Buckley, I'd say, couldn't believe that he was after getting the shot away. Jason Flynn had missed a chance earlier on. We were wondering, he's had a bad start. Next thing he goes down the field and hits a free over from 100 yards, and he's taking great confidence.
They built his confidence. Like, that's what really, you know, he had a couple of wides. The long-range frees built his confidence, and like the hands to do that in a All-Ireland final, that's incredible.
Galway picked up a yellow card in that first half, Cyril. A lot of people around us here in the boxes thinking that might have been a red card.
Well, 9 times out of 10, and like, this is the ball again, the high ball down. Every time it comes in high, it's dangerous. This is the ball flick, look, a little flick inside. No one picks up Colin Fennelly. Now Johnny Coleman comes like a train, and if we had like hurl around the neck, it's a dangerous high tackle. I think everyone thinks like Colin Fennelly is coming through like that. That is a red card, Michael.
There's no thinking about it.
Johnny Coleman is very unlucky.
There's no thinking about it.
Well, yeah, I call it a red card.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like the referee didn't call it. And Galway are lucky that they have 15 players in the field, because Johnny Coleman will be very big loss. He's on the yellow now, but Michael, every time it goes in high in the breaking ball, the first time TJ got a run for the goal, like on the blind side. Again there, Colin Finley got inside, no one tracking him back. He had a clear path to go. Johnny had to come, but like, he's very lucky to be left on the field.
Well, he is. I think time for us to head to a break here on the programme. Can Galway do it? Who will be the hurling champions of 2015, the second half, after these? Men on the field. We'll just take a look here, Henry, at how they shape up so far. But needless to say, they both had an influence on that first half.
Yeah, obviously the two marquee players leading into the game and the two free takers, and TJ obviously took his goal very well. I don't think TJ's involved in the game enough. They're just not getting enough ball into him, while Joe is. Joe wasn't getting enough ball in the full forward line. They've moved him out centre forward and he's definitely involved more. And I said before the game, his shooting this year was probably 65%. There was one there that was questionable. That was the only wide he's drove.
It could be 100% if we went to Hawkeye. That was very tight.
But no, I must say both of them are playing, and I suppose that's for them. This is the biggest occasion, as I said earlier on, and they are really performing very well.
Sarah Farrell, I know, is a slight bit angsty here in the studio at half-time because you're concerned that Galway need to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, like knowing Kilkenny, the first 10 minutes, second half, Michael, they usually come out and blitz you.
Yes.
Out with Spicy, Richie Power comes on the second half as well, and he usually gets goals. But the point is, every time that high ball comes in, there's panic kind of in that Galway defence. Now, maybe they'll get away with it, but they'd want to keep shoving on up front, keep the scoreboard ticking over, point by point, just keep it hanging on, because like there's no better team that come back than Kilkenny. The goals haunch. I would love to see Galway sticking a goal or two, and that would give us a little bit of a space, but it's hard to see it coming. Like, it's very hard. These lads are very experienced, and the thing about Kilkenny is, even down at half time, Michael, they will still believe that they're going to win, coming from that tradition that they have.
Yeah, can you see changes in Kilkenny?
Yeah, I think Richie Power, now Brian is never one for just rash decisions. I think he'll give the boys another opportunity, to be fair, to get into it. I think he will settle in. I think Michael Fennelly has been good in the first half. I think Richie Hogan obviously hasn't been in the game. First ball he struck really was in 30-minute point, but straight over the black spot. Yeah. I think we need to get more of Richie in the game, and I think it's just the lads need to just settle into their positions, get the ball down and start winning some of the harder ball. The breaks, Pádraig Mannion, who we questioned the last, they had a very bad day, has won an awful lot of breaks for Galway, and I think that's where Kilkenny need to. If I was in the forward division, we have to start winning those breaks, and that's what I'm hoping for in the second half.
It's one of those games, Anthony. It's great stuff and it's very exciting, but it's kind of you're watching it and you're struggling to see a pattern. You know?
Yeah, it's frantic stuff.
Yes,
it's shapeless in some ways, Michael. It would be the word I'd use. And I'm surprised at Kilkenny. It's very much been played on Galway's terms so far. But there's you saw Aidan Hart was removed. There was no sentiment, just there's no ruthlessness about Galway that I've sensed. And again, when Kilkenny got the goal, like against the Tipperary match, up the field and levelled the match and went ahead again and drove on. And I think it's there for them if they really want it.
Time for us to head back to the commentary box to Ger Canning and Michael Dykeman.
Second half underway. No changes made by either managers at the start of the second half. One change, of course, made in the first half. David Collins coming on for Aidan Hart for Galway. And Galway, with Cyril Donnellan here, attracting